Feels like summer already here this morning. It's just soupy and muggy.
The humidity is brutal outside
Terrible.
today.
It's terrible.
We had such comfortable humidity last week, Friday and Saturday especially, that this shift toward that soupy July, August, like it's miserable.
Yeah, it
but it's
really
going to
is.
get better.
Okay, thank goodness. And maybe my hair will too.
Oh my gosh, I was on the sky deck for 2 minutes and it's like, well, I undid all my progress.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well,
okay. It's okay.
We will survive.
It still looks pretty.
Yeah, as does yours. Let's take a look outside right now. You can see we've got a lot of clouds in the city. We've been seeing breaks of sun as well, but you're feeling the humidity for sure outside today. Right now it is 78 degrees. It feels like 80. The dew point is 72. Anything above 70, as a general rule of thumb, the dew point is the best thing to look at when you want to know how it feels outside. For example, I don't like to go for a run unless the dew point's under 60 degrees. That's my rule of thumb. You may have similar as far as going out and mowing the lawn or doing anything outside. Dew points in the 70s, it feels swampy. You are going to sweat a ton if you go out and exercise in weather like this. 78 degrees, feeling like 80. What to expect for the rest of today? The humidity stays with us and scattered storm chances through the afternoon hours and then later this evening down the shore and in Delaware. But drier air is going to be sweeping in starting late tonight, but also throughout the day tomorrow. And that drier air will lead us into a pleasant and more seasonable weekend. So all we have to wait for are these showers and storms that are breaking out right now in central Pennsylvania. That is what will be moving in here through the afternoon. This may be speeding up a little bit, whereas we were looking more at 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the city. It may be more like a 2 to 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the city, and then more like 6 or 7 down the shore. So as we go through the afternoon, we'll time this out for you. There is a risk of severe weather. It's a marginal risk, which is level 1. Where you see the light green, it means thunderstorms generally subsevere. Where you see the darker green, it means that level 1 marginal risk. Storms are few and far between, but could get locally strong. So you can see these are scattered in nature through about 1 o'clock. We've got a couple of cells, a couple of showers here and there. And again, the faster we get these storms in here, the less heating, the less sun we get, the better as far as lowering our severe risk. The more we go into the afternoon and evening, and especially off to the south, you can see some of these heavier storms will likely develop around the Chesapeake at about 4 p.m. There may be an intense storm near the city around that time, and then pushing toward the shore points and down into southern Delaware by 6:30 or 7, likely drying out a bit here in Philadelphia. Still a shower chance, but we'll have at least a lower risk for thunderstorms as we get into the evening hours. And then clearing skies overnight, and the dew point begins to drop. We stay very humid with dew points right around that 70 threshold through tonight, through 9 o'clock. And then overnight, you can see that downward trend. By tomorrow afternoon, dew points are in the 50s, and that's where they will stay into the start of your weekend. A very comfortable weekend for us here in Philadelphia and all across the region. Today's high, 84, very humid with some sun and these scattered afternoon showers and storms. We clear it out pretty quickly tonight, turning less humid as the night goes on. It's not going to be an immediate breeze that comes in behind the storms and all of a sudden it feels so much better. It'll be a slow progression from the humid air to, once again, that less humid air. It's almost a secondary front that comes through overnight. Tomorrow, though, sun and clouds, much more comfortable with a high of 83. So if you're making some weekend plans, the shore looks great, I got to tell you, because we still have this upper low centered over the Great Lakes. That is going to bring a nice west wind as we get into the weekend, and that means it's an offshore flow. We don't have that marine influence, that east wind that keeps it so much cooler down the shore. I think it's nice and warm down the shore this weekend, and the threat for showers with that upper low is mainly areas north and west. So there will be a better chance of a shower Friday in the Poconos, maybe Sunday in the Poconos. It's a little cooler there, but not a bad weekend for the Poconos either. And pretty great weekend here if you're staying put in the city. 82 degrees, mostly sunny. On Saturday, we start the morning at 60. Many spots will start the morning in the 50s, which will feel really nice. Sunday, partly cloudy at 82 degrees, and just the off chance for an evening shower. So once we get through today, looks like we're sitting pretty. Humidity drops tonight into tomorrow, and the weekend into next week looks seasonable and sunny.